Welcome to Gainesville, Florida. It's hot, it's humid, just like the Gators like it, and the reason they call this place the Swamp is we are ready for the Florida home opener. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Gators have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He'll bring it out. It's Bermudez. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. The give to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Anderson will throw. Finds his tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
On second down, he'll let it fly. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Another incompletion on third down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think...
Can't hang on. He muffs it. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That returner is literally going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell on it.
Still running at the 40. Open runway ahead. He's got 47 yards on the ground already. What a way to get this season started.
This offensive line takes a lot of pride. They're very good at communicating, and they love pushing fronts around. You're seeing it on that last play, breaking off a long run, doing it early in the season in the opening game. That sets the tone for this offense.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on second and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
3rd and goal coming up here. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Keeps it going. Lets it fly. And it's caught. Touchdown, Gators.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bermudez. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
Hard running there. At the 15, he's loose. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
It's unfortunate for this offense, guys. Had they not had the mental errors and mistakes early in the drive, they'd be sitting pretty right now. Even after that long gain on the running play, they've still got 4th down.
He's got great speed. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Florida.
Well, the punter wasn't able to get a lot of leg on that one, and it gave him a chance to field it, and then he found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. He's got 43 yards rushing in this game. What a way to start the new season. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run it from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Anderson wants to throw. On target. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On fourth down, looking to pass. Fires to the big fella. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 14, Miami 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Snap it to the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. Saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
He's going to pass on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Makes a move. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. On the move, it's Daniels. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. He's now up to 66 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A-game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, making a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage quick, and run it again.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. They're trying to get to it. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Gators line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida State has the lead at this time, but there haven't been quite as many tomahawk chops today as we expected. This is close. They're up by 11 over Arkansas State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Past the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Miami!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the points came courtesy of that 80-yard run to the house. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
The Hurricanes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I love to see this when I'm a defensive guy. Why? Because they know they can't line up and punch me in the mouth and score a touchdown. They got to do something a little bit different. And guess what? We were ready for that, too.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? From the shotgun, the inside give. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Buys a little. He's going to try to hit him deep. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money. Touchdown, Gator! What a grab and go for the score. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide-open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bermudez. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off.
What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. On the option. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal for the offense. Trying to pound it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And in that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
14.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's going to throw deep right side. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the 2nd half. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Looking to pass, it's Lagway. Dances away from the heat. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
This is such a frustrating feeling. When you got a defense that drops back, takes away all the immediate options, does a really good job with the first play, the pass play, but then you got a quarterback that just pulls it down, easily gets the 1st down. I just don't know how you stop a guy like this.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Pocket starts to collapse. Got his man on the right. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Gators! And the pummeling has started. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback.
Will take over first and
10. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
On 3rd down, going up top. Fires to the wideout. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Got room on the return. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. The Gators will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Touchdown, Florida! And the route is on. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra 1st down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bermudez. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Oh, it's out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
Gators setting the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's...
Touchdown, Gator! And the stomping has commenced.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Oh, he's got a chance. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Canes. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Miami, 21.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Brought down at the 23. It's a 15-yard pickup to get them way out of their own end. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Wiggles free. He'll throw one to his right. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Really nice job by the defense. Understand that QB starts to roll out to his right. I got to continue to play the deep pass down the field. I can't just run up and try to go tackle him. Nice coverage down the field, which led to the incompletion.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He'll bring it back. It's Bermudez. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They'll go back to the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wideout in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly and got the big first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him, okay? I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
Miami, 21.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Well, with a huge lead, interesting decision. Are you going to try to pad it with a field goal, or do you want to stay aggressive, David?
And what's nice is you got this big lead, so it really doesn't matter whichever you choose, but you can grab the points or you can go to try to put this nail in the coffin.
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. Touchdown, Florida! And the punishment has been extended.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns for the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bermudez. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up fourth down.
Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Using his legs, it's Daniels. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. To the air, it's Lagway. Zings it complete to the right. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Comes out throwing on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Abrams. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contain. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass.
21.
Coming out with it, it's Bermudez. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Toss sweep to the right. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Anderson will throw. Quick completion on the out route. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. On first down from their own 22. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He wants a big play here late. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over. And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had a...
Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but like let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game. The defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll go with a direct snap. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
No good. Oh, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one.
Florida, 66. Miami, 21.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalries.